Hey, I'm drinking Blue Crab from Other Half. Not sure why it's called Blue Crab. It's got Citra Mosaic and Strata hops, so it's gonna be very tropical, sweet candy. Strata is almost like super Citra, it's just extra sweet, tropical type stuff. 6.5% alcohol. This was canned exactly a month ago, June 22nd. It says DC on there, so brewed at their Washington, DC brewery. I feel like maybe most of the cans I see are from DC, some are from Brooklyn. And I already had some cans of this and it was pretty good. Definitely was quite sweet, but I thought it deserved a video review. And I feel like I rarely see the single IPAs up here from Other Half, but that's what I want. There's mostly just a bunch of double IPAs that are over 20 bucks, but most breweries make the double IPAs because they make lots of money off of them and they sell. So yes, they say hand-selected hops. Guess they say it's a tribute to the best thing you can pull from the Chesapeake Bay, but what do these hops have to do with that? I don't know. I'm getting some good aromas already. And they do say this is a double dry hopped India Pale Ale, but I feel like all of them say that. So there you go. And pretty hazy. It's got it's a little bit of an orangish color, which I like. But I can see the shadow of my finger through there. Eventually maybe I'll pour in some sediment, see if that changes things. But I like how the mosaic is coming through. That's making it so it's not all just cake and candy. There's some sort of danker, berry, juicy peach notes. And some like, definitely orange. But it's nice, bright, sweet, fresh orange. Yeah, the berry, sort of blueberry mosaic is coming through somewhat strongly. The Strata, I think, is just kind of mingling with them, working pretty well. I was worried when I bought this that it wouldn't have, it would be just extremely sweet tropical generic stuff, but it's smelling pretty good. Maybe a little bit of passion fruit. Soft feel. It is quite sweet. Yeah. It is sweet and nectary. For sure. Maybe if it was just a little less sweet, I'd be happy. Got a slight sort of brisk lip smacking dryness. Not really much bitterness though. But I like the lingering kind of blueberry mosaic notes. It is very the texture is very fine on the tongue, which is nice. It's juicy, but it's quite sweet. That's one thing. So I like Other Half, but then sometimes they're just too sweet. But it's very hop forward. It's not like a lot of breweries, especially when they get big. It seems like their beers just lack the hop punch and aroma, and they kind of depend more on yeast esters to make the big tropical notes. This one's still very hoppy, but yeah, maybe a bit too sweet for me. And yep, it's still the same opacity. See if there's some sediment or anything in there. And sometimes you want to be maybe a little careful if it's an older beer, or if it's a beer that is really quite hazy. There might be some unpleasant thick sediment and chunks. This does not have that at all. Does that add anything? Not really, but a lot of breweries have figured out how to make a beer where it's perfectly suspended haze and almost no sediment or chunks. Yeah. This beer is refrigerated its whole life for a month and no sediment. Haze stayed kind of the same. Yeah, like it's just the sweetness. And this could have been countered by having some more like bitter dank hops or something. I feel like I'm not centered here. Like I really like their kind of flagship Green City because that's Citra Columbus and Cascade, or like some of the older fashioned C hops, and that makes it so it dries it out a bit because they like to make them really sweet, and I'm not totally against that, but you need some bitterness or some green or dank, so something, because this one is just so sweet fruit tropical forward, but it actually is specifically fruity and hoppy. It's not just some unclear generic candy fruit flavors and cakey stuff. Nice mouthfeel, no like weird off flavors. And is there a little bitterness coming in? Maybe a teeny bit. This reminds me of when Sloop used to be good. At least maybe they still are good, but I think that what I'm getting in my area from Sloop is not made at the actual Sloop brewery. The carbonation maybe is a little bit light. That could, if it had a little more carb, maybe it would kind of lighten up the the body, or not the body, but just make it seem less sweet. But it's definitely some sweet tropical nectar of the gods here. And there's like a little bit of a floral, sticky, icky, danky thing. It's not like green dank, but just something like stinky flower stuff. A little bitterness is coming in now. But it's pretty dang good. And I like that it was not ultra expensive. I think it was like $17.50 or something. Which isn't cheap, but I can get a 12-pack of Fiddlehead for that. But it's quite good, and it's done well. So like maybe a 4.3. I hate doing ratings. Bye.